let us start with the Olympic countdown. And the 2021 Olympic Games will be taking place in Tokyo, Japan from Friday the 23rd of July to Sunday the 8th of August. That will be 2021. And this edition of great significance to Kenya. Now, to understand the significance of this, we'll go back to 1964. This is the last time that the games were held in Tokyo. And Kenya was making its first appearance as an independent state. It obtained an independence from Great Britain, that was in 1963. It had previously completed a British colony, that was in 1956 games, that was in Melbourne, Australia, and then in 1960 that took place in Rome, Italy. Now, a total of 37 athletes, and get this, all men made up the continent to Tokyo. Now, Kenya was represented in 5 sporting disciplines. This is athletics, boxing, hockey, shooting, and sailing. Now, I want to start with Kwambo. What are some of the notable or highlights of that 1964, if you can take us through that? Kwambo? Okay, he seems to have hung. Owakaje, can we talk about hockey? Because that is one of the sporting disciplines that were there.
Yeah. And actually, it was quite significant because, like you rightly said, Kenya was represented by one of its greatest squads ever assembled. Of course, we had very few, not really homegrown, but African players. And quite a good chunk of the team were represented by Kenyans of Indian origin, And one thing to note that this particular Olympics, so the hockey tournament was divided into 2 groups, George, and Kenya were in Group A that had 7 teams. So each Group B had 8, as opposed to Group A that had 7. And the 7 teams Kenya were playing against were Pakistan, Australia, Japan, who were the home team, Great Britain, Rhodesia, and New Zealand. And Kenya in this group came 3rd after playing 6, winning 6, drawing 1, losing 2, and with a goal aggregate of 9, and just conceding 7. So that was really something. And they went on to play 5th and 8th place semifinals. And that one, they were actually beaten by a very strong Japanese team, for those who remember. And so actually not really Japanese. It was great. They met later Great Britain, who they had met in the group stages, who beat them. But one thing we must not forget is that Kenya, no, actually it was Germany, my friends. I'm wrapping up myself. It was Germany that Kenya met, and Germany beat them 3-0. And not forgetting that Kenya had met, in the quarterfinals, Netherlands. And get this, Kenya beat the Netherlands after extra time, 3-1. And some of the teams, by the way, were playing barefoot in this tournament. Not the Kenyan team, but some of the teams in this tournament in 64 were playing barefoot. And it was one of the few Olympic games before it was later changed to AstroTurf that was played on grass. Not even Maram. This particular Olympics was played on grass for hockey. So it was really something to just have Kenya placing 6th. And that was really something after going down 3-0 to United Team of Germany, as they were called in 64.
Yeah, that's true. I can see Kwambo is back. Kwambo, any highlights for us from athletics?
Yeah, I do have some highlights from athletics. In 1964, remember this was Kenya's first appearance as an independent nation. They had previously competed at the games as a British colony. Wilson Kiprugut won the bronze medal in the men's 800 meters. He finished 3rd in a time of 1 minute 45.9 seconds. He was behind New Zealand's Peter Snell, who won the gold in 1:45.1, and William Crothers of Canada, who was 2nd in 1:45.6. The big deal about Kiprugut's effort in winning the bronze medal was that it was Kenya's first ever Olympic medal. It indeed laid the foundation for the country's dominance in long and middle distance running in subsequent Olympics. And then there's also solid displays from 2 of the 5-man contingent that was sent for boxing at the Tokyo Games. Philip Waruinge, he is a legend in terms of Kenyan boxing. He was then only 19. He ranked 9th overall in the featherweight category, the same as 20-year-old Alex Oundu in the lightweight category. So those are some of the nostalgic moments from the 1964 Olympic Games in Tokyo.
Good. King, anything? The latecomer is
Maybe George, as King is preparing.
Yes.
Yeah, something that guys don't really. It's something that we can actually think about. That in '64, just as Kwambo has rightfully put, that Kenya was now playing in the first games as an independent, fully independent country. We finished 6th, but look at the teams that we finished ahead of. Netherlands, we beat them in the quarterfinals. Right now, we cannot even be at the same par. You and I know that because we're in the hockey, we're in the hockey fraternity in the country. We cannot even breathe the same breath hockey-wise. Where Netherlands, Japan are the people we finished above. Even Great Britain, we finished above Malaysia, above Belgium, above Canada, New Zealand, Hong Kong. These teams right now, if we were to meet them right now, George, you and I know it will be it will be a whitewash completely. Let's truth be told, and that tells you something. That tells you something about the levels of our hockey, how far we have gone from '64 to now.
And probably I would want to bring in Olda. I don't know if you can listen to us. Your mic is off. And karibu sana. Okay, hata yeye ameshikana. King.
Yes, I'm here.
I know you are an investor in hockey. You own a club. That's your family owns a club.
Yes, they do.
What went wrong for our game? The kind of hockey and the game that they played is right now is not. There's nothing close to it. And there are few historians, or rather players that were in that game. One of them is Taru, famously known as Kuli. He is still alive.
Yes.
In the game, so slow right now. He's really into management and all that kind of thing. But where did we go wrong, King, on this?
I think what has happened in hockey, the problem has been lack of investment, lack of follow-through of players from the time they leave high school, go to university, and how then do they break into the bigger clubs. Remember, I started playing hockey long time ago, the days of Peter Katza, if you remember them. People who played hockey with passion. And the late Soviet Odwar, who famously was like the owner of a club called Intercapital, the ladies' team. And that right now, as it is, there are very few people who want to invest in sport. The Kenyans of Indian descent who were there before right now, the City Park Stadium, hockey stadium, is a shell. I was there a few months ago, and the AstroTurf is not even AstroTurf anymore. It's just a bricks below and a thin layer on top. What happened to Crown Paint? What happened to the companies that were supporting hockey? And that has been the pain of not only hockey, but all the major sports in Kenya. And as you rightly said it, we beat the likes of Germany, then we beat the likes of Japan, but we cannot match them now because those countries went back to the drawing and put money on infrastructure, put money on youth development, and put money on sound management. But in Kenya, we came back with our pride, and if you're chosen into office, you want to take care of you, your family, and your stomach. There was no development coming through, and now players have fallen off, and there are no new players coming in. For example, the clubs that like Sliders, where are the young players who can play for that club? Where are they? You can't get them from USIU. You can't get them from Strathmore. You can't entice them to come and play for a club that is not giving them any money, no scholarship. But that besides the point. There has been a problem in management, and I would also blame the Kenya Hockey Union for having all this. They didn't put in structures to ensure the youth development, because those days in the 80s when we were young, I remember there were youth camps for hockey players at City Park. What happened to them? They all died off. Are there youth camps anymore? I don't think so. How will you bring in new players when the old guys, their legs cannot carry them anymore? That has been the problem of hockey.